You're not coherent at all.
You stutter a lot.
But to me, like that's the next step with AI video editing, and I'm super excited for it.
Welcome to Off the Cut. Dude,
I haven't touched any wood in a long time.
And that's why it's covered in plastic.
oh man.
Some X-rated content there.
I don't care how long it is.
Thoroughly excited.
Great for the pocketbook, bad for the environment.
Oh, I'm number 3.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad we got the explicit out of the way early.
If I'm going to put money into this, it's going to be great. And I guarantee it.
Don't forget to spend your
Welcome to
Merkle
Off
bucks.
the Cut,
That was super
episode
easy.
172 for Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. And although Zach isn't here again with us tonight, we've got our longtime friend and stand-in Canadian, Scott Walsh, with us here tonight. Welcome
Still
back.
number one guest, baby.
Do you still have the record? Did you beat
Gotta
Suman?
be.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah. I mean, you probably, 5 or 6 by now?
At least.
Yeah.
I'm your local resident.
Dude, you basically
Your
you're
friendly
like
neighbor.
farm team. You
Yeah.
know? We got to call you up from Syracuse. We need a heavy hitter.
Sounds like a sports reference, but I don't know that very well. So
You don't
I'm
play-
just
you don't do
nodding
sports
and
ball?
say yes. I don't do sports.
Hey, I
sports
don't
ball.
blame you. No
Yeah.
time for that.
Nope.
Hey, well, before we start all the insanity, our other good friend, Jonathan Katz-Moses, wants to remind you to head over to kmtools.com. Why, you ask? Well, everything over there is for woodworkers, by woodworkers. You can pick up Jason Hibbs' new vertical panel jig cutty thing for your table saw.
Yeah.
Bourbon blade, all kinds of stuff like that. And the real kicker is that a portion of all their sales goes towards the Katz-Moses Woodworkers with Disabilities Fund, which gets tools and resources into the hands of folks who need it most. And every month he gives away a $50 gift card to KM Tools. All you have to do is go over to patreon.com/offthecutpodcast. Sign up for any tier level. You unlock the after show, a bunch of other perks, and you're automatically entered to win. Speaking of giveaways, our buddy Bill Burkle over at WTB Woodworking is also running a huge giveaway right now. Through September 19th, you can win a Wagner Orion 950 dual depth moisture meter, a floor sentry, and a smart logger. $922. Scott, you got a moisture meter, an Orion dual depth moisture meter?
I do have the Orion dual depth moisture meter, and I need to still put it in a video a year after they sent it to me, but I love it.
Okay.
So enter the giveaway and get yourself a moisture meter, because you need to know if your wood is acclimatized and ready to use.
Because you know those people on Facebook Marketplace are pulling your leg when they tell you that it's dry.
100%.
Yeah, it's been kiln dried. It's 40% moisture.
Yeah, straight out of the stream.
You put it in your car and your windows start fogging up. Well, anyway, exciting news over at the WTB Woodworking front. He just scored Jet and Powermatic. So they're going to be hanging out in his shop now. You're going to get all your Jet and Powermatic tools. And they now have trans tint dyes. That's something I've never used before.
Oh, yeah. You can add a little bit of dye to a lot of different finishes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You can tint your polyurethane, or you can just use it with water or alcohol to create your own dye and do it before you finish.
Can you put that stuff in epoxy too?
I would assume so. I'm not an epoxy guy, but it sounds right to me.
I'll see why not.
I've done it once or twice. All right. I'll have to
You
check
can put a
that
lot of
stuff
things
out.
in epoxy, but yeah, trans tint's great.
All right. Looks like they got all kinds of fun colors: red, blue, pink, purple, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, hey, the last exciting announcement that Bill has for us today is that August 19th, this is a Tuesday, he's claiming it as Mafel Day. So if Festool tools aren't expensive enough for you, you should check out Mafel, where you can spend $10,000 on a circular saw.
Yeah, they're serious business.
They're no joke. Have you ever used Mafel?
Never in my life.
I would love to, though. I would love to see what the hype is about.
They design tools for production environments. So like if
log
you go
cabinets.
into a cabinet shop and they're using biscuits, they're using a MFL biscuit joiner and they're just ripping 20,000 a day on that thing. And it's been going for 30 years and no one's changed the blade on it and it's still perfectly great.
Yeah. I would love to try it out. Well, even if you want to go check out the Mafel day, even if you're not going to buy a tool, he's got free hot dogs that day.
Ooh, grilling them up.
Sick. That's better than Costco.
Yeah, $1.50, never change, baby. Well, anyway, huge thanks to Jonathan and Cam Tools, and then our buddy Bill Burkle at WTB Woodworking for supporting the show. And now we'll stop shilling other businesses and get right to the conversation.
And shill our own businesses.
That's right.
Businesses. Speaking of businesses, head to scottwalsh.co.
That's it, because I still don't have .com and I'm still mad about it. But one day I'll get there. I don't have .ca either. All these web developers scoop up all the URLs for their own businesses when they don't even need them.
I think I have about 40 URLs.
Yeah. Really? I have one.
Yeah.
Is one of them scottwalsh.ca?
How funny would it be? How funny
You just
would it
wait
be?
until I get so mad and willing to pay thousands for it, and you'll just spring up one day and be like, "Hey, my name is Scott Walsh, the web developer. I'll sell it to you for $35,000."
And you'll be like, "Oh, fine, I'll do it. I'll do it." No, but I've got a bunch. It's usually just like improper spellings of my name. I did a couple of those of like common misspellings, so that if somebody Googles it, it'll still come up, and it just is basically like a 401 redirect or whatever they call it. So it just shoots you over to my regular website. But
That's good. I mean, my name is pretty hard to misspell, and usually people just enter it into their address bar as a Google search, and they'll just find it that way.
you probably get
I feel like
Walsh.
the misspelling in a URL is like a problem from 20 years ago that we don't really need to be that concerned about anymore.
Yeah, I know. But
You just want to spend money.
I went on GoDaddy and it was like $8 for the year, and I was like, sure. It was more of like for other people trying to spoof my website.
Okay.
You know, not that
No one's tried to pull that on me.
No, I've had people try to do that on Instagram, but I mean, Instagram's a cesspool anyway.
Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame that I don't participate in anymore because I deleted the app off my phone.
Congratulations, Scott. I'm so proud of you.
And I will virtue signal that everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I am
I've
better
deleted
than you.
TikTok. Haven't had that for over a year.
Yeah.
I never actually got into the TikTok thing. I downloaded the app just to get my username, and it never got into the habit of opening it up. Much like I'm not in the habit of opening up the YouTube app on my phone to look at like short form video on YouTube. So
No.
my vice was Instagram on my phone, and I wasn't terrible at it, but you would see the daily amount of minutes you spent on it, and when it starts creeping up to like an hour, I'm like, Lord Jesus, why am I doing that when I could be productive?
I know. I've got the thing that like after you spend like 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, like a little like boop, it like pops up.
Yeah, and
couldn't
I
tell you the
always
last
click
time I hit
cancel that. I'm still scrolling here.
I
They make
wanna
it
know
really
what he
easy
made
for
out
you
of
to
chocolate.
Is it cake?
It's a cake. They've got wild stuff, but hey, the reason we wanted to have you on, other than to make sure that you beat out Keith Johnson or Suman's guest star appearances,
Still the champion.
still a champion. We'll send you a trophy for that, by the way.
Oh, I think Keith might have it in minutes after last week.
That's true.
Really?
Yeah.
Couldn't get
Last
him to
week,
shut up.
That's exactly what happened. Derek and I were like, all right, Keith, we're leaving. We're out of here. He wouldn't shut the hell up. Our after show was 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. No wonder he takes 3 months to get a project video done. Man.
Oh, hey, he's got those cats to feed, man. He's got to make sure the projects work well. But
Yeah, man. The pets bills are real. Anyway.
so one of the things you've obviously been doing, and I started doing as well, is the whole course thing. You were
Yes.
a tremendous help with helping me get my course situated on my website and stuff like that. And during that call, we were probably on the phone for an hour and a half or so. We were starting to talk about like email marketing and the power of that. And we've actually got a lot of questions about it. And it's something that admittedly I'm not super knowledgeable about. I don't think Zach knows how to send emails. And Derek, have you started building an email list?
No,
No.
not at all. No, I'm not. I don't really have anything that I sell, other than my time online.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
I have to build anything off of yet.
So, Scott, talk to us like we know and our audience knows nothing about like the power of email and how you can use it to leverage building a community, building an audience, and obviously at the end of the day, you're trying to sell your course and other products and stuff that you have. Talk to us about that.
2 disclaimers before I start. One, I'm learning right now as I go, and I've learned from other people, even within our community. I learned from Workbench Con this past year from Steve Ramsey.
Yeah.
And the other disclaimer is that I haven't quite fully implemented and I don't fully practice what I'm going to preach to you.
Sure.
Because there's not enough hours in the day for me to do what I want to do.
I know.
So email, yeah. I am getting good at developing my list and grooming it so that they're really good emails and not just a bunch of junk. And there's lots of way you can capture emails. I'll launch into lead generators in a minute. The idea with email is you still want to provide value. It can't just be like a weekday flyer from your grocery store, because people will quickly fall out of love with it and ignore it. And something I need to get better at is providing more value in my emails rather than just using it as, hey, there's a sale on my course.
Right.
Come buy it. It's like anything. So like you have your long form YouTube videos, maybe you do short form content on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. It all has to be the same sort of brand. And you have to be providing value on all fronts for people to enjoy it and think of you as someone that they can learn from, and will be much more easy to convert into paying customers when you have that. So I should be doing more regular newsletters where I'm just like, hey, here's a woodworking topic on my mind. Let me just brain vomit out 500 words to you and send it off, and maybe you'll find it helpful. And I've done that several times. I just need to get in the habit of doing it more and not forgetting about it months at a time. My last one was about sharpening. Yeah. So like one morning I just was like, I don't feel like doing anything but just sitting here and write. And Claude helped me bang out a whole email about how I sharpen my hand tools, and turned out really good. And I've done a handful of those, and I need to do one of those a month just to be like, here's some free info that's probably too niche for a YouTube video.
Sure.
Well, that's a great start on what you could be doing if you don't have any product to sell. And even if you do have product to sell, you should be doing that anyway, where you're providing value in your email newsletters. Mm-hmm. Because ultimately, like I said, I'll reiterate it one more time. If you're just using your email to sell people shit, then like they're going to check out after a few Memorial Day weekend sales or something.
Yeah. Think of Old Navy, Gap, any of those companies that send you like 7 emails a week. You're like,
per day.
Lord.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I
out.
mean, like maybe that's effective for them because they don't have any value to add because they're a clothing store. For your example, but like for us as woodworkers, people come to us for advice and knowledge and entertainment and inspiration. So you should be using your email newsletter as an extension of the content you already produce, the content that people already know and love and expect from you.
Right.
Yeah. So that's bar none for sure. Maybe I should just take a break and back up to talk about why email is so important.
Sure.
Conversion rates can be extremely good if you build up a sizable email list. If you, let's say, run a sale on a product and your email list is really strong, you can expect conversion rates between 4, 5, and 6%. And like
which is huge.
Which is huge. Let's say if you have 100,000 emails, which I know that some people in the community have more than that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how strong their conversion rates are though, but like if you have that many emails and you're getting 4% on sales on 100,000 emails, that's 4,000 sales. And if your product is $100, then like that's an incredible gain of money. So, in contrast, the conversion rate, like let's say you post a YouTube video and you say like, hey, my course is on sale this weekend, go check it out. Maybe you'll get 100,000 views on that video. But in my experience, direct like sales conversion rates from your YouTube video description to your product landing page can be as high as like 0.1%.
Yeah, I was going to say fractions of a percent.
It's fractions of that. So it's a lot easier to convert sales from emails as long as people trust you and you're delivering them value in between all of your product pushes.
Right.
So there's a really good case for everyone to be building an email list even before you have anything to offer as product. Just use it as an extension of the content that you already offer. You could take scripts, plug them into ChatGPT or Claude and get them to condense it down, keep it in your own voice. And you might have to edit it a little bit, but it'll still essentially be the same thing. And you can have it rewritten for an email with the correct tense.
And maybe use a couple screenshots from the video. It's not like you got to go out and film a 40-minute video to go out with an email newsletter. Like,
yeah, precisely. It doesn't have to be original. I tend to do that because I have all these topics in mind that I want to do a YouTube video about, but I know it's not going to perform very well. So that's a great case for me to just put it in the email.
Right.
And then you can turn around a few months later after you publish that email and then turn it into an article on your website with zero work.
Oh yeah.
You just copy and paste your email stuff and put it on a page and it's like a blog post. Yeah. And then you stick some Google ads on that and that might generate a couple of bucks a month from people finding it on Google. So,
but you're generating leads. You're getting people drawn into your ecosystem. If they're reading, if they're reading your emails, they're probably going to watch your YouTube videos more often or other forms of content, or just explore your website. Be like, oh, wow, I didn't know that Scott had an evergreen workbench course. That's a step-by-step multi-hour video series where you can learn everything you need to know about building a beautiful evergreen workbench.
Yeah. And that's a good case for returning customers to make a second purchase. If you capture their email off a first purchase and maybe they really like your product, but maybe they're just not like super engaged enough to figure out like, oh, maybe I want to buy more. So a couple months later, they receive a handful of emails that are valuable to them. And then something else goes on sale and they think to themselves, I really liked what I bought before. This is going to be the same standard and I'm interested now. So the email is going to remind people who have already made a purchase to make another purchase. Yeah. And return customers is a real thing. Like I get a lot of sales that way for people who have bought a few months ago and come back and want more.
I'm the same way. Like if I look at the analytics for the course that I sold, I'd say 50-ish, 60-ish% of the people who bought the course had an order from my website prior. So they had bought plans, they had bought some sort of product or something like that. I mean, I just found that really interesting. I guess I didn't put two and two together, but it makes sense.
And do you think you captured those a lot in your email push when you sent out an email, presumably for completing the course and having it for sale?
I didn't draw the two of those together. So I didn't take like that segment. So like you have a segment of people who, here are people who bought a product before. Here are people who purchased the course from this email campaign. I didn't draw the two, like a parallel between the two of those to see.
Yeah. You can retroactively go look at that. And I'm really interested when I release my next course in a couple of weeks that I want to see the conversion rate for people who bought the first course to go to the second course. I think that would be really cool.
Are you planning on running No, you're planning on running a special sale just for those folks?
I'm definitely running like a first month sale for everyone. Maybe I can give them an additional 5% or something like that. But the initial sale is going to be pretty heavy already.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, you're good.
Beer coming up.
That was a Stella. You got a big Stella guy over there.
Stella. So the problem first is, how do you get emails? Because people aren't, especially these days, they're not really willing to give you their email, because every single site and every single YouTuber and content creator they visit is vying for their emails, because they all know emails are super valuable.
Yeah.
So you'd have a lot of generic ways to get emails. On my website, I have a pop-up, and that pop-up offers them a free ebook. If they give me their email, they get a free ebook, which is great. This is called a lead generator, or an email lead generator, because it's something that you're offering in return for their email. So I have a free ebook. It's a 50-page book on joinery. I also have a beginner's tool guide, what tools to buy if you have $1,000, $2,500, and $5,000 budgets, complete with links, affiliate links, and all that. So I generate affiliate revenue off of that too. So I'm double dipping there. Ooh. I have a lot of private videos. I think there's 5 or 6 or 7 videos. One's a shop tour. One is just some, like, I had to build a cabinet in my router table. So I filmed some videos on my iPhone, slapped it together real quick. It's a pretty low quality video.
Sure.
And I have how to make paper templates from your regular printer. Like, just these really niche videos that wouldn't perform well on YouTube.
Right.
But
still valuable.
They're still valuable. So all these lead generators are plugged here and there throughout YouTube videos over the past couple of years. And none of them have performed extremely well, except for the ebook and the tools guide. Sure. But it all adds up. And my email list, still small by comparison, but I think those emails are really high quality, because they're people who saw content that I offer in exchange for an email, and they wanted that content because they know what I can deliver. Now, there's other methods that can get you a lot of emails. I don't know how high quality they are. You can do a giveaway.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I
haven't done that before. Yeah. How are those emails you've gotten from giveaways?
Bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
I've done giveaways and gotten 10. Obviously not. I've done like 2 or 3 of them before I've realized how poor the email capture was. Yeah. But I probably picked up 20 to 40,000 emails from those giveaways.
Yeah.
Which you're thinking like, holy smokes, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how many people open those emails?
Not very
Almost
many.
None.
Really?
Or you get an insane unsubscribe or spam rate out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to be careful with these. There's analytics built into email servers that they look at that will determine if your email either goes to their primary folder, their promotions folder, or their spam folder. Right. And you really don't want to be in the spam folder, because if your spam rate's too high, your emails will start getting blocked. And,
and I don't, do you know, are you able to recover from that? Or is that like almost like a permanent, like going to Azkaban kind of thing?
I think you're going to Alcatraz sort of thing. Like, you're done. One of my subscribers who's local, he works to do exactly that within Microsoft. Like, he heads their email stuff. I don't. He explained it to me, but he basically gave me a quick rundown of like why and how to get out of the spam folder. So you really want to be careful with the quality of your emails. If you get really high unsubscribe rates, email servers like Gmail, like, they know, and they will put the ban hammer on you if you're sending out really crappy emails.
Right.
So yeah, you have to be careful. And open rates is another one. It's another statistic. Now, I don't think you'll be penalized for a poor open rate, but it's a good indication of the quality of your emails. So if your open rates are like below 20% or something like that, like you probably have to start grooming your email list to filter out all the bad ones. My open rates, thank God, have been 50, 60, 70%.
That's huge.
Yeah. So it's really good. So it's a good sign that people like what I have to offer, even though I should be doing more value in my emails already.
So you talk about grooming your email list, right? What sort of efforts or what practices would you employ to try to filter out and remove emails that are of poor or low value to you?
A couple things. I'm doing it pretty manually right now. I know there's email services that you can pay more money for that can do these things automatically, which I think I should be doing that at this point. Like MailChimp is one. There's a few. I can't remember off the top of my head. But after you send an email, come back a day later, look at your spam, the emails that landed into spam, and make sure you remove them from your list. Remove the ones that bounced as well. And you can also see how many people have unsubscribed as well for your own metrics. So that's one thing. The other thing I do as well is I have a segment set up on my page that will show me which people haven't opened an email in the last 12 months. And I will also unsubscribe those people from that.
Oh, now is that one of those? Because I know when we were talking about the spam and the bounce and stuff like that, we were in the back end analytics of our Shopify stores, looking at like how to set up those automations and stuff like that. Have you figured out how to make an automation for the like haven't opened an email in the last 12 months thing?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I still do it kind of manually where like I created a manual search for it. But if you like I said, if you pay for a service, it can do it for you.
Yeah.
And in general, it is a very good idea to keep on top of that, because once your email list starts growing above like 10,000 people or more, you have to start paying money for every single email you send. It gets expensive. Really fast.
Yeah, for sure.
You could spend $100 just on one email.
Oh,
if you have that many people,
right?
So it's really a good idea to keep your email list groomed so that you get high open rates, so you're not wasting money essentially,
right,
on people who would never open your email. So, John from Biscuitry asked a question.
Oh, did you create a welcome sequence
to warm up new subscribers? So this is a good segue into the other thing I wanted to talk about. And it starts with the lead gen, like I already said. So someone signs up for my email with one of these lead gens. Let's just, for instance, say it's my ebook. What happens is they get sent a reply immediately with their PDF download that thanks them for giving me their email. And then 24 hours passes and they get another email, and then another 24 hours passes and they get another email. Excuse me. This is what's called an email drip funnel.
Yeah.
And the idea with an email drip funnel is that you're buttering up your potential customer, or I suppose I should say you're buttering up your audience member to convert them into a customer by the end of the funnel. So my ebook email funnel, I'm not going to remember all the emails off the top of my head, but there's 8 emails that get sent over the course of 7 days, 1 per day. And then the last day there's 2. And so some of the emails gives them more free content. Every other one will be like, here's my shop tour, have a look at it. And here's a funny story of when I damaged my chisel by throwing it off my bench or something, like there's some humor and some value interspersed. And then also there's slow pitches, soft pitches to my course by the end of it.
Oh, so like your chisel story, you probably pitched the, your like chisel holder thing that you have, right?
No, but I probably should have.
hey, you
can
send me the commission here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's like that's a low barrier thing. Like you probably sell for a couple bucks or whatever, the file or whatever.
I think I even took it off because people are annoying with 3D printing stuff. But
don't get me started.
Yeah, I know it's brutal.
Hey, this file doesn't work. No, you just printed it wrong.
Yeah. Hey, I thought I was getting a physical product for $2.
Yeah. And I didn't have to give you my address or pay for shipping. Yeah.
So the idea with the funnel is, like I said, you're buttering them up. By the end of it, you're going to do a hard pitch. And you're going to say, like, here's what I have to offer. Here's everything you need to know about it. And I think it's really good for you. And these are my reasons why.
Yeah.
Here's why it solves all your problems, sort of things. Classic sales pitch. And then the last email that happens later on the same day is like an emotional, like sort of like, I put my heart and soul into this course. People have been so awesome about it. people have been building it and check out their photos and stuff like that. So it's a campaign that's designed to get sales through everyone that has clicked on a lead generating link. So the one thing that I haven't done right yet is making it cohesive from the lead gen to the email funnel to the final product. I made my workbench course and I didn't really think ahead to how I was going to market it. The idea is, though, let's talk about my next course. I'm doing a joinery course. It's 12 essential joints. And here's a whole bunch of video chapters on how to make the 12 essential joints of woodworking.
Sure.
A good email funnel would go from my joinery ebook, which is all about joinery, to a email drip funnel that's going to revolve around joinery again in most of the emails. And then by the end, it's going to be a hard push to the joinery course.
Right.
So like that would be the ideal sort of setup where everything is very cohesive, because you gather their attention through this topic and you don't stray off of that topic. Right now, my email funnel is set up for my ebook and my tools list that sells a workbench course. So it's not exactly perfect because, not everyone who signs up for a joiner book needs a workbench because maybe they already have one, sort of thing.
But it's kind of laying the groundwork though, and practicing the skill of how to do it. And maybe you're running the funnel now, but you don't necessarily have the product that you want to pitch quite at the end yet, but you're working on it, right?
Yeah.
So
ideally, when I come up with, my next course, let's say, I want to make sure I have an idea of what a really good 1 or 2 lead gens would be for an email sales funnel that would lead into that specific project. So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that's the gist of the email marketing that I'm trying to put in place, and some of it I already have put in place.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm working on the same thing. I haven't implemented it yet, but I'm working on like I have the one course, the shaker style doors and drawer fronts. I'm on page 120 right now of writing my next course, which is about drawer boxes.
Wow.
You're
scripting it all out?
Yes.
Dang.
No, I know.
All my courses, I'm just freewheeling it, just going for it.
I need to script it because I'm like, oh, wait, I want to. Oh, no. I want to. Okay, no, I don't want to talk about that here. It would make more sense if I talked about it here. Show people this and then be like, but there's an easier way. Here's why I built it like this. I'm trying to make it very cohesive and step by step, and take somebody through you've never made a drawer in your life to making dovetail drawers or, mitered spline drawers with, a captured bottom and undermount slides and stuff like that. I want to take you on the whole journey, but that will be so easy to create a email campaign, because I can effectively give out whole chapters of that course as those
condensed email.
As a condensed email. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it just becomes the lead generation for something like that is probably going to be the automated calculator that you just type in length, width, height, depth. Boop, boop, boop. Here's a cut list for your drawer.
Yeah. Or it could even be one video about one way to make an easy drawer box.
Right.
Too. It could be a quick video.
Right.
So,
I mean, it's limitless, but once you kind of start developing that product, you can then kind of back up and be like, all right, well, how would I get people to this? Rather than just like you say, have an email list and be like, hey, new course is out. People are going to be like,
or even worse, just plug it in a YouTube video and expect everyone to flock over and buy it, which
you sound
really
experienced in that, Scott. That's what I did too.
I mean, look, it's not nothing, but it can be way better from email.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to think about, because you're like, oh, well, but isn't that you're one step removed from a YouTube video that's promoting an email list, that's promoting a course. But even then, the conversion rates are still better.
So this is one of these thoughts I had. Maybe you call it shower thoughts. I like to call it cooking thoughts, while you're chopping up a bunch of vegetables and this and that.
Now, for me, it's definitely in the shower.
Okay, fair enough.
When I'm cooking,
Sanding
I'm
thoughts.
focusing on not cutting off my finger.
That's fair. But here's a thought. This thought I had, and hear me out. I feel like as like a content creator, you go through these steps, right? Step one for a lot of people, this isn't everybody, is I just need to make something and put it out there. Step two is, either this isn't working super well, or I am experiencing success, but it's very sporadic. Step two is like this. How do I make more conscious choices about the content that I'm putting out? And then I think step three becomes, I can make money off of this. And then I think there's like this step four where you start to realize I'm losing out on a lot, if not almost all of the opportunity here, if I'm not creating something to like lead people to. So like a product, a course, or something like that. And I think that the step after that is truly understanding some like whole sort of marketing ecosystem of, the videos that you produce are inherently like a lead generation. Your goal isn't necessarily to get billions of views on a YouTube video because of the AdSense. Your goal is to get people to watch your videos so that they purchase something from you.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean by those like stair step things?
Yeah.
Like a realization?
I think everyone goes on pretty much the exact same journey, like you said, with a few differences here and there.
Sure.
But yeah, like you start out, you don't really know what you're doing, but you get one little bit of a success, but then it goes away immediately. And then you kind of manage to duplicate it again. Yeah. And then eventually you figure out how to make consistent views. And then when you get consistent views, you get consistent money from AdSense and you start getting interest in sponsors.
Yeah.
But even then, sponsors come and go and your money income is going up and down and up and down. So you really want something more sustainable than that. So you're like, well, I've heard product is pretty good. So you start making plans and you start making courses. And then you realize, wow, my sales are really consistent. And instead of this crazy up and down, stressful month to month income, you have this baseline that's a lot more steady, which even though my views right now on YouTube are not what they used to be 1 or 2 years ago, my income has gotten a lot more steady and predictable. Yeah. And
me too.
I just overall just feel a lot less stressed out, not relying on sponsors.
Yeah. Or it's just like, I didn't put out a video in the last 30 days. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And because like a lot of my videos take a really long time to make.
Right.
And that stresses me out. That's why whenever I launch into like a really nice furniture project, it can take me 2 months to make. And by the end of it, I'm stressing out because I have not put out a video on YouTube in a while and everything just slides. But if I have courses and plans selling in the background, then I don't get as stressed out.
Well, and the nice thing about the products, right, is we've talked about this. The courses are a slog to put together, right?
Yeah. Especially if you script them word for word.
Yeah. I have to. It helps me organize my thoughts.
I bullet point everything. I sit down. I know I'm going to talk about this one specific section, and I'll sit down for 10 minutes and say this, say this, say this, say this, and bullet point, and then I can sit down and go for it.
Yeah.
You're doing the whole teleprompter and everything, right?
I'm doing the teleprompter, yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of work. I do it for the YouTube videos to make everything super laser focused and laser tight. But when it comes to the course, I sound like a complete dickhead saying this, but like I already have the money. But I don't mean it in that sort of way.
No, I understand what you mean.
I'm not focused on retention because when I look at the analytics from my course videos, the retention's great, and I'm just blabbing.
Yeah,
you don't have to satisfy the algorithm whenever they're already paying for it.
Exactly. I feel like I can be more authentic on camera too.
Yeah, I think for me it helps with the with me like collecting my ideas. So what I've been doing is I've been doing like the voice to text. I've effectively been I write bullet points and I do like a voice to text as my script. So then when I go in front of the camera, it's me saying, like a little chuckle, a little laugh, a little or like you hit I'm gonna do this, not I am going to do this. Like it's still my voice, but it helps me organize my thoughts. And I can be like, no, I actually should say that here because this makes more sense if I move it around. But the nice thing about the course, unlike a YouTube video, is you put so much time into a YouTube video. You put so much time into a course. You can't really re-release your YouTube video.
Yeah.
But you can constantly re-release or re-talk about or remarket your course. It has more legs to it. Same with plans, same with physical products, digital products, whatever it be. Like, they just have more legs.
Yeah, definitely. Like, they are, I mean, as long as you're creating a proper product, it's evergreen. Like, it will always be relevant.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, another good idea too for any of your product, especially if you're doing courses, is to go back and look at what succeeded for you on YouTube, which for my YouTube channel, it's workbenches and joinery videos. So my first course is a workbench. My second course is about joinery. So people expect that from me, and they're going to get what they want.
So I find it interesting, and I know we've had this discussion, Scott. What made you target a specific project as a course rather than a topic in general?
Two reasons. One, for my own sake, especially for my first course, it just seemed a lot more approachable for me to produce. I think
you basically have the framework. This is a project. Here's step one. Here's step two.
Yeah. It's very step one, step two. It's a linear thing to do, and I needed that to get me used to the course mode.
Yeah.
What was I going to say about it? I forget, but the other reason was because at the time, and even still, I see a lot of woodworkers starting to get interested in courses, and they're doing a lot of holistic courses. Here's how to get started in woodworking. Here's 6 beginner tips in a course. I don't know, just
here's
something that's not like
you need to build to start, like Steve Ramsey's weekend woodworking thing.
Yeah, so I see a lot of courses, and they are successful, but they're all about they're not project specific courses. They're just kind of topical.
Yeah.
And not everything. Mark Spagnuolo has been doing project courses since the dawn of woodworking on YouTube, and he's been successful at that too. So there's room to do both. Yeah. And there's room to do both. So, the course I'm working on now about joinery is more topical and less project oriented. It's something that can be applied to any project. So I think it's basically 2 buckets that you can fill, whether it's a project or whether it's topical.
But with that joinery course, a nice thing is, like, say you do a project video in the future, and you do like some cool half lap joint or whatever. You can give away a free tip or two, but if you're somebody who really, really wants to do a deep dive on half laps, like, I've got this 7-hour long course about all the essential joinery. You can do a 20-second plug, move on.
Yeah.
And you could do that every video.
Exactly. And even within a course, I could say this workbench uses rabbets for the drawer box joinery, but you can do all these other kinds if you want to take my joinery course, and here's a 40% off coupon because you bought this course.
Yep.
Like there's so many ways that you can add this on as a buddy item to another course. So it's good to have both.
Yeah.
And the other thing too with, I'm thinking a lot of topical courses. Now, I don't know if this is like really a smart thing to spend time on, but you can kind of rejuvenate it after it maybe has gone stale after a couple of years and say like, hey, I just added 3 more joints to my joinery course.
Yeah, I know.
I'll increase the price a little bit, and then I can remarket it.
Right.
Because now I have, I don't know, a scarf joint or something, like I'll add more joints because there's an unlimited amount of joints I could add.
And also the nice thing is, on like a YouTube video, I've gotten feedback from 1 or 2 people in my course. They're like, hey, you should talk about this. I'm like, that's a fantastic idea. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So I went and added an extra chapter.
Yeah.
And now everyone gets it. It's something that you can constantly change and update and edit, and it's yours. You own it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, with product, especially digital product, you own it. It's yours. You get all of the sales minus credit card fees.
Right.
With YouTube AdSense, you're getting 50% of it. With sponsors, you don't know how much the company is making off your sponsor spot. You just get whatever you signed for in your contract.
Especially when it's like you, Zach, myself, and many other people that you guys are all well aware of. We all have the same agent, and sometimes we will have brands hire an agency that then hires our agency who hires us to do the ad. So it's like, where is all this money going?
Yeah.
Like how many
so you
middlemen are
wonder
in
how
here?
much money they're really making off you. If you're getting paid X, they have to be making like 5X for it to even make sense for them to pay you that amount of money.
Right.
So you may as well just flip it around and sell your own product. It's a lot of work. There's no doubt about it. And it's hard to justify if you're not getting a ton of views.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't let that deter you. I've been really into, for a long time now, there's a guy on YouTube. His name is Ed Lawrence, and he used to be kind of one of these YouTube gurus, but now he's kind of more of a business advice channel, how you can make a sustainable business on YouTube selling
Ed Lawrence
digital product. And yeah, like I've just been super inspired by him and how he coaches a lot of people on how to create a system, even if you don't get many views, to still make a lot of money. It really depends on what niche you're in, because what he's talking about is often sort of a business to business approach where you're teaching people how to make money so that the sale is super easy.
Sure.
It's kind of like an Alex Hormozy thing where it's like, if you pay me $10,000, I'll teach you how to make $100,000 sort of thing. In the woodworking hobbyist world, like it's not really feasible to do that. We're kind of, at the mercy of people with disposable income, but
yeah, that's true.
Things still apply.
Yeah. But so like all this marketing, all of this like business stuff aside, like the one thing that I've noticed about doing these courses is I have a blast. Like, yeah, it's a boatload of work, but I also have fun just like slowing it down and teaching people, because it's something you can't really do successfully in a YouTube video and have super high retention, super good audience analytics, and still really, really teach.
Totally. You can't do it and be successful on, you can't, like if I took all of this content that I'm making for this course and just dump it on YouTube, I would make so little money and get so little views. And people would say like, oh yeah, but like, it would be more like, I don't know, virtuistic to do that. But the thing is that it wouldn't get recommended to people, so they wouldn't see it to learn off of it.
And then you would never, it would be so detrimental to you both, financially and, mentally. You'd be like, I sank 180 hours into this and got like 5,000 views.
Yeah, no, it's not even feasible,
right,
to publish this stuff on YouTube.
Like, do you ever think of that just for a mental exercise? Let's say you took every lesson in your Evergreen Workbench course available at scottwalsh.co and just basically back to back to back, put it in a long video. Yours is what, like 3 hours long, 2 or 3 hours long?
3.5 hours.
Yeah. You made a 3.5 hour long video about your Workbench course. How many views do you think that'd get? 5 or 10,000, maybe?
God, I don't know. It could get really lucky and just shoot off because of, those compilation videos did really well recently, but
I know I've got one coming out for it.
I would say 50,000 views max, because I know that no matter what I publish, I'm going to get 50,000 views baseline.
Yeah. You get a good baseline on your channel for sure.
So I think that's all I could hope for. It's either going to be 50,000 views or like 5 million views. Yeah. But I kind of don't think so, because the ones that do really well in those super, super long videos are all like silent.
Yeah. Or it's just it's the compilation videos. It's a 10 minutes how to do this. Okay, now we're doing 10 minutes how to do this project. Now we're doing 10 minutes how to do this project. It's like it's fresh, it's clean, it's quick.
Yeah. A few people in the woodworking space did really well, but I think that's past its prime already, and that didn't take long.
I know.
I didn't participate because I tend to wait and see.
I know. I've got one coming out just because my last one did so well. It's just like shop projects and stuff. Because shop projects, jigs, and stuff like that, just in general perform well. So
yeah, I was talking to Matt, MWA Matt. At,
England
Workbench Con, and he was it Johnny? I can't remember. Maybe it was Johnny Brook. One of them said that they should always be over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
I don't know if
mine's
told
like
you that, but
I think mine's like 215, 220 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I think that's a sweet spot for one of those super long format videos to do well.
And it's like 85% of the people who watch it watching on a TV.
Yeah, I believe it. Because they probably either A, turn it on and go walk around the house and do chores, or they turn it on and fall asleep on the couch.
It's fine with me.
Yeah.
Did you hear the newest YouTube update that people were losing their mind about, but everybody's misunderstanding what it means?
Nope.
So, and it's relevant to these compilation videos. They put out, YouTube put out a statement that on July 15th or 18th or whatever, within the next few days or whatever, that they're really trying to crack down on what they consider like trash or garbage content. Ooh. And what they meant by that is they were referring to compilation videos and stuff like that. But what they meant was that they're trying to get rid of running AdSense on people who take like best vines of 2025 or something like that, where they're basically repurposing other people's content.
Right.
And people were like, oh my God, how am I going to make like a compilation of my own videos or like repurpose my own clips and stuff like that? And YouTube's like, no. That's not what we're talking about. You're allowed to use clips from your old videos and new videos and stuff like that. People were losing their minds over it. But it was a pretty interesting read about what they were trying to crack down on, because YouTube's really pushing to become a huge media hub that has all like quality content on it.
Where am I going to go for top epic fails of 2025?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like they're trying to get rid of that content.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. And honestly, I thought they kind of already did that, because like if you have some other copyrighted material, I guess it's now including non-copyrighted material. But if you put like a long movie clip on YouTube or something like that, you couldn't monetize that.
Right.
So this is kind of, to me, an extension of that, because it's not your content. It just hasn't been copyrighted by someone.
Right. It's just very interesting to see where it's all going. Like YouTube now is so different than it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And
yeah,
it's just wild to see where it's all going. And
even like my watch habits on YouTube have changed a lot in the past couple of years. I primarily only watch YouTube on my TV now. I don't really watch it on my computer at all.
That's where I watch it.
Yeah.
I watch it on my phone if I'm like at the gym and, taking a walk or whatever, if it's not good weather outside. And I'll watch it during lunch, just because I eat lunch at my computer, because I'm usually working my day job as well. I rarely watch it on the TV unless it's like, oh, so-and-so put out a new video. My wife's not home. I'm just going to, grab a couple chips and like watch this video. Like a Mark Rober video, I might watch something like that on the couch, but I'm not watching like a business YouTube video on the couch.
I think it's usually entertainment YouTube
Yeah.
videos that I watch on the couch. And I guess if I'm like learning something on YouTube, I'll still do it on my computer, but I tend not to do that as much anymore these days.
Okay.
Yeah.
My phone is like the last place I watch YouTube on, just because like the little screen and holding it kind of makes me nauseous over time. Like if I'm sitting there for like a half an hour trying to watch something on my phone, it'll make me nauseous. So I'll watch it on my computer. Like Scott said, if I'm learning something about what I'm doing, or on my TV in the living room, more for like the entertainment purposes, for sure.
Yeah. I never watch YouTube on my phone.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So speaking of this, I know I've talked to Derek and Zach about it. Scott, I don't know if I talked to you about it. You're somebody who watches entertainment videos, YouTube videos on your TV. Have you noticed an increase in the amount of folks who are using QR codes in videos now, as opposed to, hey, click my link in the description? Because when you're on your TV, how do I click that link in your description?
Yeah.
Dude,
I think I've noticed more. Yeah. And I use them all the time now.
Oh, yeah, I'm the same way. I've been running studies where like I'll put a link in the description and I'll put a QR code on the screen. They point you to the same thing, but it's not the same like special link. I'll get probably 6-7x more clicks on the QR code than I do the link in the description. Yeah.
I use static QR codes, so I can't run the numbers like that, but I was always curious if it actually works or not.
But I definitely get better conversion on the QR codes that pop up in a video. But I also think, just a feeling, that it feels more salesy.
Yeah, I think it goes back to your sales pitch in general. Like, you have to catch them right at the beginning. Otherwise, they already know it's a sales pitch. You have to convince them of why they should click or scan a QR code before the QR code even pops up.
Right, right. And also, I mean, you run the whole thing of like, okay, say you're selling your next joinery course, right? Are you going to make that pitch 75, 80% of the way through the video? Or are you going to do it in the first 10, 15%? But did you give them enough value if you do it early enough? Tough.
I heard a good argument from Ed Lawrence, who I just spoke to you about. Front load your video with one or two of your best tips, then do your sales pitch, and then the rest of the video. And the rest of your video can't be garbage filler either at all.
No.
The whole video has to still be a banger, but front load your video, and after your best tip or after your second best tip, then you do your sales pitch. And that's usually the best way to do it.
Right. So like if you're doing 10 woodworking mistakes everybody makes, whatever, this is your video. Number 1 and number 2 should be like, oh, I never thought about that. It shouldn't be like, remember to clean glue up before it dries. Like people are out of the video already. That could
definitely
be tip number 10 if you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But number 1 and number 2 should be something that like is little ballsy to say. Maybe people don't agree with it. And excites emotion. That makes a lot of sense.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to blow it all right at the beginning of the video.
No, I don't agree with that sentiment, just because you're going to lose them before they even reach your best point if you save it for later.
True. Yeah.
So you may as well front load it. They're going to like you more, be willing to buy something more, and be willing to watch the rest of the video while they're at it.
Right. Because you gave me information that's new, exciting, super valuable to me right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Which kind of comes full circle with the whole email marketing idea, right? From the get-go, you need to provide people value, right? If they have to wait till email 9 to get something of value, well, they're probably already unsubscribed.
Oh, definitely. For sure. Yeah. Or they're just not opening your emails, which is probably even worse. It's better if they manually unsubscribe if they're not going to read it.
One of the other things I was curious to know if you knew about is in Apple, like on the Apple Mail app, within the last year or two, they added like a security thing. So if somebody sends you a email that has like photos and stuff in it, say I send you a marketing email, Scott, and it's a little bit of text. Here's a picture of a project I built. A little bit of text. Here's a picture of a product that I have. A little bit of text. Whatever. Those won't load automatically. You have to actually click a button that says like load content or whatever.
Yep.
Have you started to think, should I write emails that don't have pictures in them?
I meant to talk about that when we were talking about emails. It's a great point. The more pictures you send in an email, the larger the email is. Like email is like a file. It has a file size.
Yeah.
So you want to compress the hell out of your pictures in your email. I keep all my photos under 100 kilobytes, which for a photo is very small.
Right.
But,
it's obviously not high resolution.
Not high resolution. You don't need it to be because it's not going to be very big anyway. I will max only do 2 images in an email, and that's it. The more you put in, the more email service providers or email servers may consider it to be promotion or may consider it to be spam. So you want to keep that to a minimum. It also just looks more salesy to your audience.
I've noticed that.
You're not Walmart. You're not loading up your emails full of frying pan photos and stuff like that. Like you don't need it. You are a content creator first and foremost. And if your email looks really plain and it's a bunch of text, that's fine. It's actually better. It looks more intimate. It looks more personal. I write my emails in my speaking voice. The grammar and diction is horrible, but I don't speak with good grammar and diction. It reads like a 3-year-old wrote it. It's very disjointed. It's like one paragraph is one sentence long, and then there's like a new paragraph and it's another short sentence. Like it's really choppy, but it's really easy to read. It doesn't look intimidating when people open it up. There might be 1 or 2 images that are very clean and simple. I've been getting in the habit of putting in a photo of my dogs at the end is like, P.S. Here's a cute photo of my dogs.
That's funny.
I'm a real human being sort of thing.
Right.
And I love my dogs and I want to share photos of them because I'm a sap. But emails should not be flashy for us. If you're Walmart, sure, make them flashy. I don't know. Maybe that works for them, but it doesn't work for us because the more flash and pizzazz, the more you try to zhuzh up your emails to make it look really professional, the less relatable you become, the less connected your audience is to you, and therefore the worse conversion you'll have when you try and sell them something.
Yeah. That's one thing I absolutely need to work on is I'm like, okay, I got this template. I'm going to put some photos in here with nice little like text boxes of like learn more about this product and stuff like that. And I'm like, if this was sent to me, I would probably immediately delete this email. Now, if I get an email that's like straight text, typically I assume it's some sort of brand thing, a business thing that I'm going to read. Or is
hello, dear.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, dear. We want to have you promote Banggood. But I typically assume that if it's just text, it's something that demands my attention as opposed to just a myriad of photos and add to cart and buy now.
And the best thing you can do is be like, hey, first name, and have it automatically put your customer's first name in there. So it reads as, hey, Mike, I just hitting you up because I wanted to share with you my awesome sharpening tip that no one talks about.
Yeah. And then go into,
super casual
paragraph.
Write it in your own voice.
Hope this helps.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Exactly. It's the best way you can do it is to be personal. No images, no flashy anything, just straight black text, size 12 font, Times New Roman or whatever the default, like Helvetica, just super simple.
Yeah. And then make sure to have a burner address at the bottom of your email that's not actually your home address.
I know that legally you're required to have an address, but I don't put an address there. And
P.O.
I'm just
box?
going to wait and see what happens because I don't really agree with that law at all. And I don't want to buy a P.O. box just for my email. It's like $10 a month.
I know. I run mine through Staples. It's $64 a year.
It's like I did my expenses recently of all my subscriptions that are directly related to the business.
Please.
Holy crap. I'm trying to cut back, trim all the fat because like I didn't want to pay for a dynamic QR code service. That's another $20 a month I don't want to spend. I
Right.
don't want to pay for a PO box just to have that address legally at the bottom of my email. It's another $10 a month. It never ends. Don't get me started on business insurance. That is a friggin' mess that I'm trying to deal with right now.
See, that's something I need to start taking seriously.
I'm trying to, and I'm trying to be by the book. But when I got a quote for $15,000 for business insurance,
Yeah.
what? That's laughable.
Oh, wait, okay. So what were they? What was the policy cover? You just like people suing you or whatever?
I didn't even, because I'm using an insurance broker, and he didn't really get into the details because like, this is a quote I got. I know it's laughable, so like, just wait because I'll figure something else out, sort of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, like there's several things that business insurance should maybe do for you. One is like if someone's trying to file a lawsuit against you and you need protection from that and
Sure.
money to cover it. But I mean, another thing is that we are a wood shop, and if you dismember yourself using a machine, then you need some disability insurance, for that as well. Or, if
Your shop
can't work
space is
for any,
attached to your house.
well, I think that's the big problem I'm running into now. It's all kind of messy because I live in my house and my shop is in the garage, and it's all on the same property. And these old insurance underwriters who have been doing it for decades don't understand people making online businesses, and they don't understand why I'm a wood shop, but I'm also a cyber business. And
But you don't.
they're trying to
sell
basically
furniture?
cover me for two businesses at once.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I don't know. I don't understand any of it. I just know that I should have insurance, even though I don't want to. I don't like to. I
Right.
don't want to pay for it,
I
but
know.
it's
like an accountant.
Well, accountants feel more tangible to me
I
than
know.
insurance.
I know.
At least they deal with shit that I don't want to deal with.
Right.
Insurance, you're just paying for something that you hope to never use.
Like I look at how much I pay my accountant every month, and I'm like, oh my God. But then I go through like the bank account and see like every day there's like 14 transactions. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
And then all of the sales through the website and tracking sales tax and all your expenses with swipe fees and this and this and that. I'm like, I don't want to deal with any of that. I will gladly pay somebody to handle that.
I do all my my books myself. I organize everything, and my accountant doesn't charge me any money because I give everything to him so organized. I don't mind doing it. I'll spend like 2 days a year, like one midway through and one at the end. Just export all the CSVs from every account that I have and just like ram them into an Excel sheet and just like spend time writing formulas to auto sort it. And it actually doesn't take too long.
I'm at the point now where I just want to offload anything I can. Anything that's feasible for me to offload, I want. But I really need to get an editor. Still haven't done that.
That I finally found a good editor. Thank God.
Did you?
Yeah.
I know that you tried a couple.
I did. I'm on my third editor now.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought you had told me you had like one or two that was like kind of pulling teeth to work with.
Well, yeah, the problem is that you have to know video editing and you have to know woodworking if you can, let them be free without too much hand holding. And so the craziest thing is that my editor, my new one, I've known him for 15 years. I knew that he did professional video for like his own business, and he has done woodworking and DIY projects, and I've known him for that long. And it just didn't even dawn on me until a few months ago. I'm like, hang on, I know someone all this time.
You have any interest in doing Scott Walsh YouTube videos and courses? So is he going to help edit your courses?
I'm editing my own courses. He was editing a YouTube video for me in the background while I was doing the courses. So basically tag teaming, because I still give him a script and a shot list for my YouTube videos because it's all super organized. So you can just bang through it really fast. And for my course, nothing is scripted. I film it morning and afternoon, and in the evening and in the early morning the next day, I will edit what I filmed the previous day.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I do the like, I go on the garage, I film a bunch of stuff, and then as soon as I come in, I basically take my battery out. I put it on the charger. I import my footage and chop off all of the walking to the camera sections, like just chop, and then my timeline might be an hour and a half long for a YouTube video, and then I'm like, okay, I don't need 20 of these clips here, and then that's kind of my process, is I get rid of the junk as I collect it, right?
Yeah, that's kind of how I've been doing the courses, but that's not how I used to edit YouTube videos. I would do like source window editing, where I would like open a file in the source window, select what I wanted to put in the timeline, and build a timeline from there. And sort of reverse. I find it, if you have a scripted video, it works faster. And nowadays video editors are getting great with text-based editing. I don't know if you've checked out this, but it works really well for non-scripted stuff, that it can transcribe all of your footage into text. And you could open up the text panel and just select what either you want to keep or you want to delete. And you basically, you're editing a Word doc, and it auto edits the footage that's in the timeline.
See, I don't think
really
Final
good.
Cut has that.
Oh, dude, what are you doing? At least get DaVinci for free, because
please.
DaVinci can do it and
I
Premiere
know.
Pro can do it.
I know.
And
Me too.
DaVinci I'm kind of between both programs right now, because my editor Tim is using Resolve and I've been using Premiere for years now. And there's pros and cons to both, but DaVinci just came out with like an AI morph cut. It's still not perfect, but morph cuts are getting to the point now where you can make really crappy jump cuts and AI will really smooth it out very accurately. It's not perfect yet, but I can see in the horizon, it's going to get to a point where we can do like we can sit down, we can blab to the camera without making any script. We could go to the text-based editing and have it automatically make sense of whatever we just blabbered to the camera. And then it'll automatically put morph cuts in it. So it'll look like it's one clean take. Like to me, that's the future of talking to camera video editing.
Meeting YouTube personalities in person is going to be so different. You're going to meet them in
you're
person.
really
They're
not
charismatic.
charismatic.
You're not coherent at all.
You stutter.
No. But to me, like that's the next step with AI video editing, and I'm super excited for it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I feel like we've got tons of more things to talk about, as we always do, but we are going to go do that on the after show. See what we did there is we gave away a podcast for free, an hour and 10 minutes of podcast for free. And then now we're right hooking people and telling them
the lead generation,
the
right?
sales. Go to patreon.com/offthecut-podcast. Check out the after show. That's where we get spicy. You got any grievances? Anything you need to air? Dirty laundry you need to get out this week?
Probably. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Tried to sue anybody lately?
No, I have not. But I heard about another one in the makerspace, but I don't know much about that.
Yeah. I think we've all. Oh, yeah. There was a fresh one.
French Canadian. And
yeah,
a certain
I know
Canadian
nothing
brick and
about
mortar.
it. It just popped.
I don't know
up.
anything about it either.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you something about it. I don't know nothing about it. It popped up on Instagram like a week ago or something, maybe.
I don't know. I don't go on Instagram because I'm free.
Yeah, what a man. But hey, we've got tons of other topics we're going to check out and talk about over on the after show. So if you want to unlock it, go to patreon.com/offthecut-podcast. If not, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just come back next week.
We'll be here.
Loser.
That's the end of the podcast.
It's okay. I don't pay for it either.
See everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
I want to give a huge shout out to our returning top tier patrons: Corey Duvall at Woodcrafts and Honey, Josh at Sawdust Builds, Joe Welsh at Delaware Valley Workshop, Goblin Spanker,
Can't say that anymore.
Building Creative. Dadu said, yeah, buddy. Bill Burkle at WTB Woodworking.
Bingo bango, you're done.
Zach, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I follow you.
You should stop.